This is also my first, I called it a fireside chat, but it's a lightning talk. So thank you for the opportunity. I'm going to discuss ShapeUp. I only have one, I don't have any slides or presentation, just one URL. Is anyone here familiar with ShapeUp? That's cool, great to hear. How many of you use it as your main methodology for software development? Okay, so few. So yeah, I just wanted to discuss this a little bit. We have implemented this at, well, my name's Giovanni, work for a wonderful company in Charlotte called Real Response. And we implemented ShapeUp about almost 2 years ago. We're coming up on 2 years. And just wanted to discuss some of the differences and reasons why this is something that's worthwhile to look into, and thinking of ways how you could potentially implement it into your organization, and just discuss some of the differences as well. So for those of you who don't know, ShapeUp is a software methodology. It's created by the wonderful people at 37 Signals, so the creators of Basecamp and also Hey.com. This kind of stems from their philosophy on how to simplify software development and keeping things simple, and trying to also change the way we think about the relationship from the developer, the product team, and also business, and how the decisions are made and how you can bring those closer together. So you're not in this cycle of someone's making decisions, someone's providing you all of the answers, they're providing you all the mocks, and they're telling you in a very linear fashion on this is how you should develop this feature, and you're essentially taking the tickets, is how they put it, and you start that again. So some really great, so some things that it's not. So it's not, if you look at some of the intro text on ShapeUp, it's not agile, it's not waterfall, it's not Scrum. There's no backlog, so it's just a different way of thinking about how you're looking at the scope of your organization and in your planning process. So a lot of things change there as well. Time, all right. And a lot of those things, I've worked at companies where we've had in the past done the Scrum and kind of that traditional planning, and I found that to be very challenging. I think teams find that to be very challenging as well. So I was fortunate enough to start at a small company with only a few developers, and we didn't really have a process. So when we hired a new developer, sitting over there, John, he actually worked at a company that used ShapeUp and said, hey, we should look at this. So we started implementing it in September of 2022. And it started out very basic. We had a single spreadsheet that had cycle start date and end date. And we tested it out from there and started implementing some of the concepts within the company, right? So there's a different way on how you present ideas and how you shape ideas and how you select ideas for development as well. Some things that are a little bit different from ShapeUp as opposed to maybe Agile or some of those other methodologies is that you have 6-week cycles. So they frame it in a way that 6 weeks is a long enough period of time for you to do something meaningful. So you're not stuck in this 2-cycle loop, and then you have these retros I already forgot all the terminology for those old ones. But essentially you get enough time, and there's also a baked-in cool-down period as well with this, which gives the developers for 2 weeks to do essentially what they feel is important at the time, which is just really great. I think one of the biggest benefits of this is developer satisfaction. So it's really great to be in an environment that's very flexible. You work closer with the designers and the developers. Also, the idea of shaping is everything doesn't have to be so well defined when you're first starting out a project. So you have a problem as your starting point, and then from there you're figuring out, all right, what are some possible solutions? And you take that and you can actually even begin some of the work on it and start answering some of the questions maybe that aren't obvious at first, and then make some of the changes as you're going along. And the process for me is it's been really a pleasure to work with. So I would say with ShapeUp, if you don't know about it, I would look into it and see if there's a way that you can implement it on your team as potentially an experiment. And then the other thing is, if there are other companies or you're making a potential switch, if they do have shape up, maybe that could be a positive thing, or just something in the pros list for working with an organization that uses shape up. That's it.